Hey guys, so happy Sunday. In Genesis chapter 23, it writes about Sarah dying, Abraham's wife. She lived till 127, which is pretty long if you ask me. I think people still live that long sometimes these days, but either way, that's a long time. So it wasn't a huge tragedy or anything. It's just life. She passed away, and Abraham had to bury her. So he talked with the landowner of a cave he chose to bury her, and he was offered the cave and the surrounding land as a gift. Abraham was pretty well known in the area and respected, and so he was just offered it as a gift. But he just chose to pay the full price, and so he paid the price of 400 shekels of silver. So for context, back then you could buy anywhere from 200 to 400 goats for that much. So it was a hefty amount, and he just paid it. He didn't have to pay it, but he did, out of respect for Sarah and just trusting in God's promise for the place Canaan, because this is the first place he acquired, because earlier God had promised him and his descendants land in Canaan. So but yeah, it just goes to show how one can put aside the temporary wealthy ambitions and whatever, and just pay up out of integrity and honesty, pay in full, even though you don't have to. It's I think it's a real testament of faith and trust in the bigger picture. And so, yeah, Sarah was buried in a cave. And yeah, the land was fully his. And yeah, I think there's a lot to be gained from that story, you know. There's just so many times in our lives where we get so caught up in the temporary and you know, these fleeting successes we have in life, like I want to acquire this house or whatever, this status, this career, whatever. When it all fades away, and what doesn't fade away is people's perceptions of us. Because that goes from mouth to mouth and it just lives on. People die, perceptions live on. And when we put our minds on the eternal, a shift in how we behave, to say the least. When someone passes away, it sort of shifts the way you view life. And it hasn't happened often in my life, but recently I have had someone I knew personally pass away. I'm not gonna get into it, but yeah, it just reminds you how fleeting everything is. And it reminds you that you really should be grateful for just being here, being alive at all. Because nobody knows how many more days you are promised. Nobody knows. People leave at different ages. Nothing is guaranteed. And if we just stop up all our worldly pursuits, we can have some time to just thank God. Thank God for life. How blissful it is to just be here. Smell some scents in the air. Feel the wind on your skin. Try to be present. For I think we can all get so caught up in what we do and what we want to achieve, and a lot of the times we do fall into this ingratitude if we're not careful. Like, it's like, why hasn't this happened yet? Like, why not this? And like, you just get so dispassionate about life. I know it because I see it everywhere in people, and sometimes it happens even in me, but I try to pray every day, and so it doesn't get too overwhelming. I always come back to what really matters, because I made it a discipline to read the Bible every day, and it truly grounds me in the Word. And so, yeah, I'm never gonna let that go. But yeah, we can all sometimes get lost in our pursuits. And I don't think there's anything wrong with trying to pursue things in life, of course not. But it's wrong to lose the sense of beauty of the world because of certain pursuits we haven't achieved. That's what's wrong. And in the midst of our striving, I think that very often happens. So we just gotta be careful about that. Don't let it take over our awe of the world. Like it's raining right now, and I'm not even like annoyed about it. It's kind of refreshing, actually. Yeah, it's all about perspective ultimately, knowing that it's all beautiful. Like, the world is so beautiful. Like, we should be grateful for rain. Planets like Mars, for example, they have nothing. They don't have rain. You know, Earth is so marvelous, really, when you think about it. So yeah, anyway, just a quick little video, I guess. I hope some of this resonated, and I hope you have a nice day. Take care, guys.